This is November 4th, 2023. Oh, God. Yesterday was a lot. I uploaded that other video. Told you where I was up in Hartville. Some of the guys from the case have been walking by my apartment bragging they stole my money. Okay, it's not the first time. Not last night, the night before, they were out there bragging we know we stole their money. While I was up in Hartville yesterday, we heard, because they sold the log and everybody knows they did. We heard some of the men that assigned to watch her outside bragging they stole their money. They did. That means the officers stole my money that were assigned to me. I've heard them outside my apartment brag they stole the money too. There was a sheriff in Ohio took $100 grand from the cartel to let him kill people, take them, and they caught him. Okay. 2 guys walk in Walmart while I'm getting my hair done. We went where Karen said that idiot showed up and was terrorizing her mom. We found a video of them, her mom saying that. We called Will. Well, why didn't they call Will in 19 when it happened? Why didn't they call Will when those idiots were breaking in, stabbing me with needles? And lying they had sodium pentothal reports. Why didn't they call Will when I had stalkers coming at me and they were chasing him off? Why didn't they call Will in November when some idiot tried to shoot me in the head driving? Instead of saying the guy running it said no one's allowed to help her. The guy running it was the fentanyl king. Because Will and John opened a real case with statements and immunity and money. And that Iraqi, you know, he sold the log. So he'd have millions of witnesses, and all his drug cartel would have videos of it. Why do you think he sold it? Because he didn't trust the facts. That agent acting like he was going along with him. That way, if he tried anything, he had it. Huh? Because they can either say, of course we know we said we met with the Vegas. Of course we know we met with those church people when we were bragging that it ruined their life, as if it wouldn't even touch their life. We were bullying her, so it looked like we were going along with them. We knew what we were saying. When we made fun of her for some rapist framing her, and her husband at the time hired him, we knew who we were saying. She didn't know. We knew she didn't know. We wanted those drug dealers. Huh? And the people they hired, we were bullying her. Of course that case is real. We listed her informant with money and immunity. Of course she's going to get her money. Because we got them on legal police surveillance through her phone, her car, her homes, all them working with them. That's how we linked it back to all those other guys. Otherwise, it'd be entrapment and fraud. We knew what we were doing. We knew where she said somebody told on her that it was either John or Will. Up there at that church. Seen in tape that he was with Dave and Paymer and all the other ones. Trying to act like we're real dirty people. And scum. That we defraud victims. Really? We opened up a real case with statements, money, and immunity. It's going to stand up in court. Do you know people in Walmart were laughing? Will would rather let all those people go than make it right with her. And claim it was fraud, what he did. I don't care. You want to let 800 bad guys go? Then all the other hundreds that have got off of it too? The fentanyl king? The guy impersonating Prince, scamming people out of almost $1 million? The government will then put him in jail anyways. See, I'm just a pawn in this. I am a pawn that they framed. I'm a pawn where they use a case to get everything, get all those people, and I was a pawn that those officers assigned to me stole my money. They were outside where, in Hartville, we heard those men that are assigned to her out there bragging they stole her money. Well, it's not the first time. And I've heard their voices. It is the officers assigned to me that they stole my money. And they're trying to set Will and John up. How much you want to bet where they bullied me? They knew what they were saying. They said they met with that family and the church people. And how it devastated their lives because strange light on me. I told the girl that did my hair what happened to me, how I got real sick, wrong medications, how I almost died, and then it took me 9 months. In the middle of it, that one family, her father ran a stop sign and killed her, himself and her kid. And I said I got finished getting well 2 months later, and then that minister made it up 4 months later. When my sister is married to his son and was following him and where he was cheating on her. They got rid of me real quick. And I said, they tried to say it devastated their lives. She started giggling. It affected their lives not at all. I know it didn't. The only one it affected was me and my family. He didn't lie on me. Them wanting attention is insanity. It's like my neighbor, Becky. Her husband died last year. My other neighbor's in a wheelchair. If they would have told her and the one in the wheelchair is faking, she'd just call her a stupid bitch or an idiot. Would she try to kill her for it? No, that's insane. You're just making up a reason to kill people. They didn't realize that? See what I mean? They've been manipulating everybody and just making up excuses. Where they make fun of me for the rapist that my ex-husband hired to stalk and frame me, and that I didn't know. They knew I didn't know. I never even met him yet. I didn't know who he was for a year. I've never talked to him. And where they're laughing about a washing scene in the other room, I found out. And a roofie confession. The only thing I knew before the FBI is I had bruises, heart racing, headache, throwing up, almost passing out in front of people, and a severe swollen personal infection. And my muscles hurt where the bruises were, where I was being beat, drugged, and raped. I was being human trafficked under drugs, and drugged and framed, and apparently photoshopped. And stalking tapes, and he didn't arrest them. My one client, she said, you know, I've heard of somebody. She starts giggling. Went to jail for something close to that. And I said, well, who's that? She said, one of my ex-son-in-laws. She said, tried it with my daughter. Got arrested the first day. Hired somebody to set up on camera stalking her. Tried photoshopping some things, tried to get her in trouble. Got arrested the first day. See, that's where I talk to the police out this area. Your local police slow. He should have been arrested the first day. Illegal monitoring is stalking. It's 7 years. The right to privacy protects you. Okay? And then when you try to get someone in trouble, it's extortion. Without the drugs, the selling of people naked, and moving shower scenes into the other room. Of washing. My friend Jim, his son, edits movies for a living. He said, he asked him if he could do it, because he has a special app in his phone. He actually does movies that you watch on TV. He edits them. Said it's just clicking and pasting, washing. He could click and paste an outfit on top of it. He could put your head on somebody else's body. It's just clicking and pasting them, retape over it, it's a new tape. You take words out of a sentence and redo a sentence. And then tape over it, and it's a whole brand new tape. Everything's digital. See, I talked to the police out of this area. They said they already knew that a long time ago. Because everything's digital, nothing's trustworthy. What do you mean they'd fall for any of that? And roofies, you're sleepwalking. See, that's where this is so ridiculous. Somebody walked in and said, we got a hold of Harry. There was a Harry in the case, and it's almost comical. People are afraid of him. Afraid of him. There was an old man named Harry. People were scared of him. There was a guy named Harry. He was about 30, auburn brown hair and beard, about my kids' age. And then there was a guy showed up, 6'6" at least, big as Paul Bunyan, looked like a WW wrestler, thighs as big as my waist each, huge muscles, told everybody he was my handler. I talked to my friend from the prosecutor's office. Said, Karen, you're an FBI informant. You would have a handler. He probably was him. I said, I wonder if that's that Harry they talk about that he's so scared. They're scared of him. He said, well, I'd understand why if they said if he's that big, why they're afraid of him. Somebody said, go hold of Harry. People get scared when they talk about Harry. It's almost comical. Are you crazy being mean to her? And Harry finds out and da-da-da-da-da. And that's one of Harry's girls. See, I don't know who Harry is. But I know of those other ones. But I never talked to them. Even the guy that was a handler had people also help watch me. And to make sure I was okay. I'm not afraid of him. If it's that big lumberjack, he left me with the infidels. I'd like a few minutes with him. I could stand behind him in heels and you wouldn't see me. He's that big. Okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and upload this. But yeah, 2 guys walked in. We found the tape of that idiot going down and terrorizing Karen's mom at 19. Well, why didn't the cops call Will? You know he went down there to kill me. He's a serial killer. He's the one that killed Lori's family member from my other job and took Marlisa's niece. He went down there looking for me. But I came back. Was following my mom around, beating on her mobile home at night. Followed her to clear the church, and she went in and told her minister he's following me. He's outside. Minister went out, well, what's your problem around Joella? Said, I'm waiting for my girlfriend. He said, you can wait somewhere else. And I catch you around Joella. We got a good police department. He left town. He went down there to kill me. See, people forget, I have a hit on my life. And like those ladies said, we heard that some of the men assigned to Karen admit they were stealing her money. That means the cops are stealing it. And there was a sheriff in Ohio took $100,000 payoff from the drug cartel to let people be killed and taken. They pay them off. Because why didn't they call Will? When all those things, why didn't they call him? Why didn't they call him when somebody tried to shoot me in the head driving November 18? Why didn't they tell him those idiots are breaking in and drugging her up and telling her to say stuff? Those idiots are breaking, they framed her before in front of us. Huh? Why didn't they call Will when stalkers are coming at me? Why didn't they call some idiot bashed her head in and beat and raped her and left her for dead? Why didn't they call him on the gunshot night? Why didn't they call him with the rape and torture? Because they've been breaking people. They're stealing my money. And they're trying to set it up that John and Will were stealing. The cops are framing them. That's why. That's how not funny this is. And how much you want to bet? Because Will and John knew they said that they Will met with the Vegas and the church people. You need to realize what you were did. I was thinking you were sick and thinking you got well and you devastated. That's a bunch of huck and bullshit. Didn't touch their life at all. Didn't touch their life at all. He flat out admitted he met with them. Had him in his office. Flat out. Before I'm listed informant, then made fun of me for Dave Sitman. He already been seen with Dave and Paymer and the church people. That it wasn't an act to get the drug dealers and the people they hired to do this to me. Because if he'd rather say he was defrauding a rape victim and a human traffic victim and it was fraud, then everybody does walk. It don't affect me at all. They're not going to be mad at me. I'm a pawn in everything in this. They're not going to be mad at me. You let them free, they're going to be mad at the people that arrested them and set them up. Because if it's fraud, can't have a fraud and entrapment. But if they look at it and say, of course it's a real case. Of course she's going to get her money. Of course we were pretending to go along with you. Of course we said we met with the Vegas and those church people. We flat out confessed. Do you think we didn't know what we were doing? Huh? We were bullying her so we could get them. Act like we're going along with it. Huh? They better be saying that. Because if they walk, it don't affect me at all. Why do you think the fentanyl king sold the Logan? Millions of witnesses and all his men would have it. That's why. I'm going to upload this.